But I will tell you what the real numbers are as we get into game one here. GuMiho versus Zest, the Taltaran. Yeah, for DPG, hero is... Actually, let me make sure I'm not spoiling the results. Okay. DPG hero is 7-0. Cure is 7-1. Zest is Zest, of course, is... That one was great. He was 4-0. Rogue is 4-1. No, sorry, 5-2. Dark is, in fact, 2-2. So Dark is 2-2, and Jaishi has actually played some. Is 2-4. Okay. Some numbers were actually just wrong. Are they? Well, they were missing players. Certainly, that's true, Thorn. And unless the table is not updated with today's results, which I believe they have, because I think they have Scarlet on 13 wins now. Yes, 13. They have her at 13-1. That was not correct, because they had Dark at 3-3, but also Dark plays today. So Dark plays a best of 2, and they had him as 3-3 going in. And anyway, what do we got here in this game? Well, GuMiho's just doing GuMiho things, proxying a factory. Does he lift this into the main base? That's always a bit of fun, or does he, well, do other things? I don't know. Does he proxy? He can also proxy a starport here, of course. GuMiho, though, if he lifts it into the main base, this will very much be a special. This will be a special build. So this is something that Special likes to do. Okay. That makes sense. Thor 969. The graphic was certainly missing players. Like, it was missing Hero, for example, who has been playing in a lot of the games. Okay, there we go. Yep, in the corner of the base. Does Zest know? Yeah, he knows. He sees immediately. But interestingly, GuMiho is building Hellions. The Hellions, of course, are units that you want to build multiples of so that they can single target down. Was Hero on a separate graphic? Okay, I'm just wrong then. That's fine. Hey, Double Z. So, we're going to get one Hellion out here, and it's going to... Okay, this is just going to be for a scouting Hellion, I guess, because Widow Mines are on the way behind this one. Kelatik, thanks so much for the follow as well. The Hellion gets out! He survives! We're good! Okay. That's my bad for skipping through them. Hello there, Master Dead. So, now we're going to see Widow Mines out on the map here, and the Widow Mines, of course, are what you want with this setup, because... Well... It's just what you want. Because you only need one of them to find value. Zest trying to do the fancy thing. They did show F91. This is true. Okay, does Zest have it the second time? No, he does not. He's... Third time's the charm, Zest. Third time's the charm, maybe. Maybe that's going to work, but he's just going to sacrifice the pro. Okay. At the end of the day, the Widow Mine will fall. This is not all that successful for GuMiho, but oh! What to damage that Oracle? I don't really know. It's a drop here on the other side. Marines are going to find this, but that means there are no Marines in GuMiho's main base. He goes for these level of shenanigans. The Marines will fall here, the Adepts and the Oracle, but still deep power on the Stargate. That actually should tell Zest a lot, even if he didn't see the battle cruisers that are going to be on the way, because this is battle cruiser memes and battle cruiser dreams here in this game. Number one, GuMiho is doing all... He's stolen a build from Special. This is such a special build. We're going to have to see how well it works out for him. Double Z, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming subscriptions. We're going to see this pylon get targeted on down. And the drop is actually doing... It's reaping a pound of pylons. It's doing a fin... But here come the Oracles here. So Oracle number 1 will go down. But the Marines, they mostly die. Zest is able to keep his third base alive. He keeps the pylon alive. But with Phoenix on the way... Phoenix versus battlecruisers are just not a thing. One base PC, exactly. Are you ready for bruisers of cattle? I'm ready for cattle to get bruised. Zest doesn't know about this. I mean, that would not surprise me, 47ness. But okay, how many Stalkers do we have on the field right now? I don't think very many. This was a Stargate opening. And with Phoenix on the way, this is actually 99 times out of 100, BC play is just a meme. It's not good against Protoss because they will open up with Blink and Stalkers, and Stalkers just kind of kill the BC. But in this game, where it is really just a couple of Phoenix, which barely do anything, as we're going to see this get picked up here, the battlecruiser is not all that contested. Of course, it hasn't really killed all that many workers just yet, and void rays are on the way. But certainly, at the very least, it has knocked down a bunch of... it's knocked down shield batteries, and it's going to kill these two Stalkers. I mean, Stalkers are good against BCs, but generally it's with Blink, and you just kind of dodge things. This is actually not all the greatest. Another Stalker is going to go down here. Phoenix are trying to chase, but again, it's a battlecruiser. It has literal tons of armor. And the Phoenix with the Daredevil shot with their very low damage per shot, well, it just becomes rather problematic. Of course, both these units, they move and shoot as well, so the battlecruiser can run and still, of course, deal with the Phoenix play. But Void Ray arrives now, and this BC should go down. Yeah, it doesn't have enough to teleport. Battlecruiser will die. But it gets Phoenix, gets the Void Ray, or it gets the shield battery, gets some Stalkers. Not the most cost-effective play, but... Actually, I'm not even sure that pays for itself. Okay, so charge and +1 on the way for GuMiho after this one, or for Zest, excuse me, after this one. I wish we would hit Control X so I could... My eyes are trained to look at a certain thing. If Zest is in the on the top side of the map, my eyes are trained to look in the top side of the production tab. Yeah, some lost the mining time, sure. As I think that was a dead Phoenix. And battlecruiser skilled Phoenix. I have never seen Dragon Ball Z. What is it? Oh, wait, no. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's going to be an XBC opening, but if there is, I know what I can do, Grumpage, and it's going to make people very excited. Or it's going to make you... You'll enjoy it, but we got to wait for it. He does not have Yamato, Senju. Yeah, he did... He got 2 Stalkers. I know he got at least 1 Phoenix. He may have gotten 2. But okay, now this battlecruiser just... Oh! I was going to say just has to teleport home, but he's going to teleport deeper in. Deeper into the cold and the warm, and I don't know. Deeper to the depths of the Protoss bases. And now we got to push here. Because, folks, this is not mech. This is bio behind this. This is BC. This is the old... battlecruiser bio, because that's the thing we do against Zerg, and really not a whole lot of anything else. Is Phoenix going to find this, and battlecruiser is now guaranteed dead because the void rays arrive, and that says enough of that one. But the bio trying to stim on in here. Of course, shield battery overcharge, and cannons are wonderful. An Archon, though, High Templar does not get sniped in time because, again, thank you, shield battery overcharge. And the bio continues to fight on backwards, kite on backwards here. Zest now with a 20-odd or 15-odd worker lead. Army supply equality. GuMiho is third base on the way only just now. Zest is very happy about where he is in this game. Grandma, I'm sorry. I doubt you not remember the Day 9 Fusion Dance. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this build here, folks. What it is, it's just setting up for game 2. You put the fear of BC rushes in Zest's head, so when you don't do it game 2, Zest will have a more inefficient opening. Did they, in the new Storm, did they mention leveling heroes? I think they were, you're sure they weren't just talking about co-op? Because there will be heroes that level in co-op, much like co-op commanders level over out of game. And all the interviews they've been doing with Thorn, all the interviews they've been doing, like the most recent stuff, which of course is those interviews happen after that trailer was cut. All those are saying, yeah, we're not doing leveling heroes. In fact, during my preview, because I had like a one-on-one one because they got to me last second Sunday night at 1 a.m. They kind of told me that the thought was that leveling hero or heroes would be for like 3v3 and not for 1v1. But everything I'm hearing from Monk is otherwise, so that just may be some miscommunications. Now, here we go. Oh, good EMP there on the Phoenix, so it's going to be hard for Zest to push in. But again, folks, let's just look at the supply. It is a terrifying thing. Is where the mind's going to go on the Phoenix, which really isn't even the most important thing here. Now, GuMiho finds himself in a nice spot, abusing the choke, and a little bit of this army from Zest is on the wrong side of the map, wrong side of the tracks even, but the Zealots are just chewing and slashing and dicing away on top of this Bio in a corner. No one puts Bio in a corner, but Zest does. Zest takes game number 1. He puts DPG up 1-0. Yeah, no, we're certainly not going to have Warcraft 3 style heroes. At least not in 1v1, maybe 3v3. And maybe in co-op, but certainly not in 1v1. And they've also said no items. I would love for some more Nutella. I ran cross country in high school, and I was not my sport was always short distance. I was never very good at cross country. This is not your mom's mom. It's not a restream, it's a recast. So this all happened this morning, but I didn't cast it because I was up until way too early in the morning. And in general, I don't do the morning WTL. What I do instead is I say, 6, 7 o'clock. This is a little earlier than I normally do. Normally I would start at 7. On Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, well, not next week because I'm in Texas, but in general, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays for WTL, I put these on at a more Western-friendly time, or at least a more North American-friendly time. So 7 p.m. Eastern, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, WTL VOD match, WTL matches off the VOD from the morning. If that answers that question. But anyways, I ran cross country in high school, and I was not I had a really good half mile time, but my 5K time was not very good. But before my races, yes, people don't get up at 6 a.m. every day. Yeah, I don't. Gamer DJ, grad student gamer DJ hours. That's me. And unfortunately, the EPT Korea semis and finals often tend to be so good that I'm up until 3 in the morning, and then I don't fall asleep until. Well, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to think about how long it took for me to fall asleep this morning. I got 4 hours of sleep. But we suffice to say it was after the sun was up. Granted, I'm in the northern hemisphere, and the sun starts to rise at 4:30 in the morning, but still. I don't get up for GSL, Thorin. I just watch the VODs throughout the day. Actually, I need to get caught up on Group B. Probe is gonna get shot down here. Of course, GuMiho building his command center on the high ground, so no big deal there. And I'm so jealous of Zombie Group that can make traveling to Korea and watching a bunch of GSL a working holiday, and not really diminish her income all that much, because she's still streaming. As my keyboard lost a foot. Where did the foot go? Oh no, that's been gone for a while. Never mind, we're good. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I saw that the Arm the Rebels. I think we saw her in Group A as well. I think she was also at the Frost Giant Super Secret the Frost Giant Private Preview event in Seoul. Yeah, being able to skip through all the ads is fantastic. I mean, 47ist, you're not in Korea, right? What you're just talking about on the VODs. Okay, so GuMiho here. Not going to be able to take his natural. Medevac on the way, but I think this is just going to be another one of those weird marine drops. I swear, if we see a BC play again, I'm gonna have to pause the VOD because we need to get something set up. Okay, for now, we're not gonna see that one. And the Oracle flying into the natural. The Marine's not quite where they need to be, so one SCV goes down. But realistically, single Oracle doesn't expect to get a lot. It's a zoning tool, it's a scouting tool, and it's a dying tool because GuMiho is gonna find it here, and that is just going to be a dead Oracle. Oh, see, Fulminate, I don't need to watch ads for gaming monitor anymore because I have an LG panel, as that's my 4K panel right here. So I don't need to watch an ad for it. I've already bought one. Figure that supports the scene well enough. But okay, now here comes the pressure coming in from GuMiho, and we're gonna have to see whether he's gonna be able to break down this Zest. Double Cyclone lock on does mean Some of the stack defense will fall here. The lift is actually not doing all that much. The Zealots, they run forward. Oracle, second Oracle doing what it can. Cyclone not really having a lock on just yet. And in fact, Phoenix, they're going to lift it up anyways. But the Bio, they continue to fight on forward. The rally now of GuMiho continues to push on forward here. Viking as well, just shoving off the air army that Zest has. And these 5 Marines are just finding so much value here. We're going to see the stack defense go down. And while this should not kill the third base unless more gets added, it is incredibly obnoxious here for Zest, and if he does not clear it away, he will have problems. The second Oracle does fall here. Cyclone, or excuse me, Landed Viking, still just doing so much damage because these are mechanical units, the Stalkers are. Vikings kill them with incredible alacrity. And now a tank sieging up as well. More Marines. The Vikings continue to, or the Phoenix continue to fall. And this is starting to become a chokehold here on the third base of Zest. It's not a lot of stuff. It's 4 Marines, 2 Vikings, and a tank, but it's such a weird timing. Before Zest is truly ready, before his army is out, and before his production is done, that this small amount of stuff is rapidly snowballing. No. It's not a 4,000. When I say my panel, I mean my monitor, my computer screen. It is not a $4,000 computer monitor. I don't have that much dirty esports money. Yeah, I think ZG has gone on, has publicly said she very much prefers ZG over Jessica. But anyway, Vikings here, they're going to provide vision on the high ground. Missile turrets getting set up, and GuMiho, again, he's just looking to be a true anaconda in this game, constricting Zest out of the map. And I did not have GuMiho taking the map off Zest, but it is looking more and more likely here that it is just not a position that Zest is going to be able to wiggle his way out of. But Zest is a champion for a reason. And more bunkers are on the way. Now, Zest, of course, he's warping his stuff on that third base as well, trying to, or will eventually be the third base once it's done, trying to set up a big flank here. But I don't know that we have a Twilight. I don't know that we have Zealot's leg, so this is a bit awkward. And now the Phoenix, they're going to dive on in. Cyclone gets a good lock on, and while the Vikings find their way up in the air now. So Phoenix for Vikings, they drop back down because, you know, you want just as much DPS as possible. But now here comes the army coming in from every side. Zest trying to make this break happen. There's actually nothing in the bunker. It's just there to serve as a choke. But the Phoenix are starting to fall. The tank is not going to go down. GuMiho, he makes it happen. And it's 1-1 now. PSISTORM GPG. But yeah, people talk about Rotterdam and ZG and Wardy. They don't talk about Jonathan. Well, Drake, you can do that for 2 more years, then it would be Dr. Mulford. But also there is this measured phenomena where people tend to be, and it's a problem in academia specifically. But ooh, Hero versus MaxPax. This is a 6 series, by the way, folks. Hero's got double probe. Hero is cannon rushing MaxPax. Don't take my word for it, Warnell. I would ask. But okay, cannon rush coming in from Hero, and MaxPax is the, well, MaxPax is normally the man that does the cannon rush, so we're gonna have to see how good he can do this defensively. There we go. Okay, so cannons now get scouted. MaxPax now knows that this is not a fake cannon rush. This is actually a real thing. Cannons on the high ground as well. No, wait, never mind, not just yet. But there we go. Pylons going on up here. And how does MaxPax respond? By proxying a Nexus on the other side of the map. This is one response. I love it. I'm like, okay, well, you know, he can build shield batteries and build stalkers and try to hold it that way, or defensive cannon rush. I feel like it's Ravi actually born. But anyway, MaxPax is going to try to buy as much time as he can, and then eventually he's just going to recall his probes to the north side, and it's going to be okay. But anyway, more cannons are on the way here, and eventually, I mean, Hero will be able to, because MaxPax is not really committing to the defense too hard. Hero will be able to get to a point where the cannons are pushed forward far enough, and you got to be careful that you're not in range of where the, that you're not in range of where the cannons are able to defend each other. So we will see some of these cannons look like they will complete. Zealot chewing away. Well, actually, no, probes. Yeah, okay. MaxPax just gives up at this point. He says, okay, well, here are the cannons. Pulling myself into a corner. Got to keep those last 2 probes into it. And the Nexus is done just about right now. Recall is here. And you get a 450 mineral building for the cost of 3 cannons, 4 cannons, 2 pylons, and a bunch of other stuff. Meanwhile, MaxPax already has a Stargate on the way that he's going to drop a Void Ray in his opponent's main base. It's funny, I find in industry, when someone has a PhD, they don't care. It's only in academia where it's like, oh, you better call me doctor. Okay, Zealot's gonna say, okay, this is a full wall here, and we're gonna see cannons in that wall, but here's the thing. No cannons in the mineral line. We're gonna have a Void Ray popping out in just a second here for Max, or as soon as he gets on some... Oh, why is MaxPax... Does he not have gas? Okay. But there's actually a measured phenomena, specifically with female professors, where people are... Oh, he's gonna build an Oracle. Okay. Now, Oracles are also very good. Where people will, by and large, be okay with calling female professors by their first name, whereas male professors, it's always Dr. Blank. And it's just it's a lack of it generally represents a kind of implicit lack of respect. Now, I'm not saying making any comment about anything in general, but well, I am actually. In general, people tend to feel more comfortable referring to women by men than first names in just general scenarios. As the Oracle flies in here, 2 workers will go down. It's going to be 3, it's going to be 4, and they're going to retreat to the safety of the cannon. But that just means they don't get to mine. Not really sure how useful that one is, but as the Stalker pops out, that's going to be okay enough here. Second gateway on the way for MaxPax, as Warp Gate is on the way behind this, and this is kind of the reason I think I would have preferred to see Void Rays, because actually Void Rays would have been able to fight the Stalkers, or at least do something, and it's consistent damage. Yeah, it's not quite as bursty on the probe line, but it's more consistent. And it does allow you to maybe find room and start to knock buildings down as well. But an Oracle is going to look to fly in through the bottom side, as the second Oracle is done flying in through the top side here. Stalker's actually on the right side, so they're not going to be prepared to deal with this Oracle of MaxPax into the mineral line. Once again, 1, 2, make it 3. Yeah, 4 workers will go down. The Oracle should still stay alive. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. Second Oracle, though, is going to get a little... I don't think all that much. MaxPax, though, he's still at 5 workers. Yeah, that's true. Thorn. That is very true. Generally, when you're colleagues, you just... I refer to my PI as Dr. PI, but I come from, rural... I come from south of Mason-Dixon line. It was drilled into my head that all adults are Mr. Doctor, whatever. But yes, that in general, that has been my experience as well. It's first name basis. Because you're colleagues. But, hope for the day that Bonjour becomes an actual title. Oh, since that is very true. So, MaxPax with a bit of an eco lead here. Now, Hero does scout. Okay, that's where the bases are, as we're going to see Adepts. They're going to try to find value. And, of course, this is not a spot that you can really wall off super easily. So, the mineral line is somewhat vulnerable, is now... Well, and Adept finds his way in, looking for some level of commensurate damage. 2 workers go down. That's going to be just about it, though. I can't believe that probe is still there. Like, I guess I understand that Hero is walled in. But I feel like just recall the probe. It has been... See, probe mines about 60 minerals a minute. It is 6 minutes and 30 seconds in this game. 6 times 60 is what? 360 minerals? That's almost a nexus that he has missed out on mining. Because Kiro Cannon Rush here, but now MaxPax trying to find his way on up on the high ground. Honestly, MaxPax doesn't need to do anything at this point. He's up a base. He will continue to mine, but Adepts from the other side of the map. Eventually, now they find their way in. Oracles have to be returned back home to find some value. And 2 workers will fall, make it 3. Probably going to be, 4. I don't think we're going to see a 5th Oracle trying to get, or Adept going to try to shade out here, finding the other base. And now with the Warp Prism here, this game is just getting, this game, people talked about that last series, or maybe the Creator series going full NA, but this one is... It's not full NA. It's full sodium. It's full natrium. In fact, here's the Stark's going to try to warp the Prism. Yeah, they get the Warp Prism down. Stark's getting a little bit more probes, but MaxPax still in a great spot. He's still up a base, and Hero does tap out. PSISTORM moves up 2-1. You know, folks, it does make sense, though. As we move into Blackburn, Hero's map pick here. It does make sense. Because this game went full NA, and that explains why MaxPax took it really full NA, and that makes sense because that's why MaxPax won the game Because if we're going into old memes and talking about Peter Dagger, well, what did Peter Dagger famously say? Leave China to me. And this is the Chinese Team League. So therefore, by making it full NA, and therefore a reference to Peter Dagger, MaxPax is saying that he will win the Chinese Team League. This is... Thank you for helping me figure it out. Yeah, 40... yeah, Thorn... I mean, I don't live in Virginia anymore. I live in New Hampshire now. After 5 years in Arizona. Well, you do live much further south than me. I'm not sure. It's not really the south. Well, the further north you go, the further south you go, much like New York. F91 Peter Dagger. Well, no, F91's Chinese. So how can F91 be saying leave China to me? Yeah, my roommate went to the University of Miami, and he keeps talking about how he wants to go back to Florida. And I'm like, no, I like it up here. Like, I like summers where I don't hate myself, and I'm okay with cold winters because that means snow and that means skiing. Although with climate change, who knows how long that's gonna last. Anyway, Stargate openings from both players. This is the MaxPax build. Both players opting into Phoenix Wars in this game number 2, which it's a bold strategy if you're Hero. MaxPax is very good at this. He beats Zest all the time with it. Who's like the big Korean Protoss he runs into on EPT and A Cups. Although we haven't seen as much of Zest recently. Oh, man. I mean, you say that. Mosquitoes are still pretty bad up here, too. The worst part about mosquitoes in, like, Maine and New Hampshire. That was an interesting car horn. The interesting thing, or the fun thing about mosquitoes up here is you feel them bite you, and you feel the pinch, and then it itches. So it's insult and injury. Whereas mosquitoes in like Virginia and down south, you just don't feel them bite you, and then you itch. So it's like it's only half of it. Well, like, I'm not sure they can get diabetes. Well, actually, you know, I could see bats getting diabetes because mosquitoes fat on human blood when the average, you know, average American is overweight, or average American's obese, you know, 40%, whatever it is. Then you have this blood that is sweet and saccharine, and then the bats eat it, and they're like, oh, okay. Oh, fat squirrels are hilarious. But okay, so both players going for the Phoenix play. Hero tried to find his way on the other side, get a little bit of a pressure with the Stalker Phoenix combination. Sometimes that works, but not really going to work out there. But this is going to be, when we look at Phoenix play, I forget what the actual number is, but it's kind of insanely high. US obesity percentage. Yeah, well, I was a little low. In 2000, the prevalence from 2019 to March 2020 is 41.9%. That's actually really depressing. And during the same time period, in the prevalence in March 2020, I guess. So obesity prevalence is 42% almost, and severe obesity is about 10%. Yeah, it was 39% prior to 2017. It looks like the more updated is 41.9%. Obese is a BMI over 32, I think. Yeah, I think we can all agree that, while it's nice to have the freedom of a car, I wish things were more accessible. It causes so many problems. Overweight's 28. Okay. So yeah, over 32 is obese. I was right. Yeah, and the lack of sidewalks and everything too. Like, I like where I live up here because I live in a small town. I have a lot of stuff is walkable to me. Okay, now Phoenix is going to take... Oh, that's... We got to remember, by the way, MaxPax is just incredible micro with it. For whatever reason, he's figured out a better way to keep his Phoenix where they need to be, so they're all facing forward, so we can get all the shots off at once. All right, but now we're going to see a couple dead stalkers here, and Hero actually is going to maybe dive on top of this when there's a lifted Phoenix, but he's not going to do much of that one. Now, Hero adding on his third Stargate, and also, this is a bit weird from Hero. He is presenting like he has 3 bases, but he just never took his natural. But anyway, MaxPax still on 2 Stargate, Hero's on 3, so there's going to be an inflection point where Hero is just going to have so many more Phoenix that it will be problematic for MaxPax to take the fight. But on the flip side, MaxPax's third base looks like it might be a little bit... okay, never mind. The Stalker's going to kill that. But he will have his Fleet Beacon much faster, which means Andean Pulse Crystals, as long as he can keep good range, he will be able to beat any number of Phoenix. So we're going to have this interesting scenario where one player has a lot more Phoenix, and the Hero's going to look to try to capitalize on that. But as long as MaxPax stays alive, his 14 Phoenix or his 16, 18 Phoenix, whatever he has at that moment, will be better than the infinite number of Phoenix that Hero has. So we're going to have to see how well this works out for his Hero. Now looking, he's scoping out, he's trying to find what he can see. Yeah, ideally, he wants to camp on top of a Stargate and catch a Phoenix on the way out. But okay, he's going to scout that. Yes, there is a Fleet Beacon here. And he's just going to camp on the middle line because he understands that with the Fleet Beacon, he has more. So now here we go. Here's the fight in earnest. This decides the game, except they do not opt into it. 4 probes have died, but it's kind of fine. Third base now on the way here for MaxPax. Fleet Beacon or Andean Pulse Crystals looks like it's done in just about 20 seconds. Yeah, I mean, that's true, Kybrit, but of course, BMI is not a... Okay, here's the fight, and Andean Pulse Crystals is done, but MaxPax just cannot escape. He's caught here, and the Phoenix count is just so damn high for Hero, and it looks like we're going to move our way again into a tied-up scoreline. MaxPax, he had the tech that he needed, but he was in the slow zones, and he got a little too close. And Hero takes game 2. Now we're tied up 2-2. But okay, now... it will be Special Dark here for our third best of 2. Someone 2 zeros? They threw. They win. They win 4-2. Their team wins 4-2. That doesn't happen. Ooh, chili mead. Is that mead made with chili, with chili honey, or... But okay, so now Special finds his way onto the middle of the map. It's a 2 racks. And Dark is scouting for this. He does not trust the man from Mexico. He says, I think I'm probably favored against this, so I'm just going to scout out with my worker here. I want to make sure I know what's happening. And he may not scout this regardless. Where's this? Oh, no, okay, he's going to have the... yeah, he's going to have the Zelnaga Tower. Is that in range? I think it is. Yeah, okay, so now Dark is aware that Special is 2 racks, and Probe's going to find it. And, well, unfortunately for Dark, he's trying to kill the one on the high completion barracks, and it's going to go on the other side. So this barracks will not be delayed, but maybe the second one is going to be a little bit more successful. Did I stream the Frost Giant announcement today? Yes, I did, Thorn. Yeah, the Frost Giant announcement, if you have not been following all the media, all the interviews that have been coming out since Thursday, it's good news for you. It's new information. I wish that the video that they had shown was the video that actually was the video they showed on Thursday, because that would make people a lot happier. But if you've been watching all the interviews, yeah, it's nothing new. They did have a bit of gameplay footage though, which was nice. But now, okay, here come the Marines running forward. Oh, good surround here by Dark to start. And of course, the goal of this 2 racks, again, it's not really to kill a building, it's to kill workers. So the surrounds from Dark are fantastic, but 2 Reapers are on the way, and this gets a little bit interesting because all these... oh, wait a minute. Yeah, with 2 Reapers popping out here, the drones are... if the Reapers get out in a good spot, that's actually going to be a bit problematic. Okay, the Reapers are now out trying to chase these drones down, but it is 2 Reapers. Well, will be 2 Reapers in just a second as a couple Lings run across, so, well, Special's going to try to deal with that one. And this army, well, I don't know, can we call it an army? These 2 Reapers, they do still represent some level of damage potential, but it looks like Special's actually just going to send them home because he wants to make sure he can keep his natural up. That is a lot of lost mining time for Dark. You are correct. That was probably half a mineral line or more. That was like, what, 10, 12 drones for about a minute. Yeah, 30 seconds. 150 minerals, 150, 200 minerals right there, which is a lot of money. I don't really like... I like the pull, and I think it was great, but keeping the drones there for a while to just do damage to barracks that will never die, I guess the idea was to surround Marines popping up, but that's just not worth it because you already have Lings on the way. Gianodi, I am live. These matches were this morning. As the Reapers find their way on in, how much damage do they get done? Of course, 2 Reapers. Blast from the past. Shout out to Heart of the Swarm, but it doesn't mean they 3-shot work. They do 3-shot probes. They 3-shot Lings. It's a little bit easier to tear that stuff down, but they run through the back of the mineral line and they get on out scot-free. Yes, this is a good Terran map. Chat is the replay, though. Yes, chat reacted to these games this morning, and I just I still said fast chat, and we're just playing it. We're just replaying it. Hellions, though, into the natural here, looking for a little bit more, and actually not going to get much of anything, but it's only a single Hellion, and Special's not really committed to that one all that much. Kind of looks like he's going into a 2-on-1 setup behind. He already has the 2 barracks, so 2-on-1 setup behind this one. Reapers in. They're going to get a drone. Finally, they get something here, but both of them should go. Actually, wait a minute. This is effectively gasless. Dark has a Roach Warren going down. That's actually a big scout. There's not going to be any link speed. Now the question is whether Special will be ready for the Roaches. And a 2-on-1 is, or actually 3-on-1 technically, is an interesting setup when we're talking about Roaches, because on the one hand, if you're able to split the Roaches up and do this heavy drop pressure style that does allow with these quick medevacs, or quick. We can't look at the timings right now because, well, it was a 2-racks opening. All the timings are all kinds of messed up. But on the flip side, if the Roaches all come together and you're just trying to punch through the middle of the map like that, you don't. The Roaches are just... they're too good at this stage of the game. But we're going to have to see what Special can get done because, of course, he does have a 3rd base. Again, that's just an interesting way to get out of that. Normally, you say, I don't really care about having that 2nd barracks. I'm just going to sacrifice it for vision, map control, whatever. But Special has a lot of Marines. That being said, Dark is doubling its armies. Plays Ravagers on the way, more and more Roaches, Roach speed. And Special Combat Shields are not yet done. Specials +1 is not yet done. He does not have medevacs with his army just yet. I do not like him running down the ramp, but he's okay. He's got medevacs at least, so he's going to be able to have a hot pickup go away. Dynamics Boom, have a good night, I guess. I'm sorry you were up so late. Jiggly Piggly, why don't we see much Mario play? Well, we don't see him play in the WTL because he left Envy. They couldn't... Team EV had some financial problems, so he left, and now he's on Onside. Onside, we will most likely see Onside in WTL Winter with Neve and Mario and Rex, as the vials are not really going to land. But hey, great job there, especially. Sniped down a Ravager. But why does Mario not play in the EPT Cups? Because honestly... he doesn't need to. We see similar things from Cyril, and we saw similar things from Neeb on team. I'm assuming that his salary, his financial situation is just good enough that, yeah, I think they should pick up Skilless for him. Get a 2nd Pro Dust. Or Skilless is just the most attractive free agent on the market right now. Rainer's not, yeah. Well, Rainer plays a little bit more, but he often plays off race. He just kind of memes about it. Here go the bio, though, stimming on in. They get another Ravager. Great trade here for Special to start. I don't know. I think Skillless is more attractive than Classic, to be totally honest, Ricket. Classic has not impressed me as much. Classic is super, super unstable. Like, total gas cost of a Ravager is 100 gas. A Ravager costs... a Roach costs 75 minerals, 25 gas. Morphing it into a Ravager costs 25 minerals and 75 gas. I mean, I saw the clickbait on it get you, but that's just a really good chatbot. Because it's not actively asking its own questions. It's just responding to queries. As a pickup chicken man, please. Please. But like Classic has games where he takes it the best of the best, and Classic then also he fails qualify for GSL. And with the strength, oh, good scan there, especially going to find a lot of these roaches. So now, yeah, this is a wonderful move here for the Mexican Terran in this game. Number one, he's clawing his way back into a decent spot. Well, I don't know if it's even he has to claw his way back, because Dark, with all that lost mining time, that was really not optimal. But okay, we're gonna see Factory does get gooped down, but unbeknownst to Dark, Special was supply blocked anyway, so it doesn't even really matter as the Bio steps forward, trying to knock down as many Ravagers as possible before the pickup has to happen. He's gonna get 1, 2, he's gonna get 3, and he's gonna keep fighting. He's gonna keep fighting here because the Marauders are untouched. The Roaches continue to fall, and now Special backs up, but that was cost efficient in the extreme. Special is damn focused. And now here comes the push from Special. He is equal army supply against a Roach Ravager player, and that, I think that says everything you need to say. And yes, Dark has been teching up. He has pathogen glands on the way, but now here comes the push from Special. Bios drop, but they do not land. One Roach into the natural. It's not going to get much of anything. It looks like Roach into the third base as well, but Special just targeting this base down. Do we have what we need to take it? Not yet, but the Bios land. Special immediately going back on it. He says, this base is mine. And he will be correct. It's not mining anymore. Special kills it. And now it is a 3-base Zerg against a soon-to-be a 4-base Terran. Dark being careful to not fight in tank range. And this 4th base, we say it's a soon-to-be a 4-base Terran. Well, it's not actively being made right now. The SCV did die. Jim kind of plays. He's a variety streamer. He's into league stuff now, but he's good enough to still qualify for DreamHack Latin America. So kind of, and he still plays some StarCraft, but he's not a big competitor anymore. He failed to make it out of groups in DreamHack this season. Ooh, Liberators get just about nothing done, and now Dark adding Infestors onto the field. Yeah, he's a official co-streamer of the Mexican League of Legends tournament. Is now well, Brains are doing a damn fine job. The Spore goes down, and Lings die as well. He's not getting Huskied. Husky intentionally deleted his entire presence. Whereas Jim, he is just moving on to other things. He's an official co-streamer of League of Legends. He's very popular in that one, and it works out well for him as the Bios land. That's 3 tanks going down. Nice job, but here comes the Bio chasing everything down, and it was great to get 3 tanks, but at what cost? I don't think this is worth it. Good Fungals, though, but the split's already coming in from Special. Losing a lot of the Marines, but the Marauders, the important units, they stay alive. Wow. Thorn, he's ramping up Special. Classic's like, I'm just still a GSL player. And then says, yeah, he'll get like a 1 in 6 maps in a best of 6 now. Good Fungal, though. Special, you gotta have to be careful about that one. In fact, you're just gonna lose it. Losing a lot of this Bio because Fungals are powerful things, but Special already adding Ghosts into the mix here. +3 attack on the way, +2 armor, or +3 armor is gonna be ready in a second. Or +2 armor is gonna be ready, it's now, but he's gonna get +3 armor on the way soon enough. Does he have any Ghosts in this army just yet, or just adding Enhanced Shockwaves for the eventual Ghost transition? Not really sure, but this is going to be another dead base. Dark going for a massive counterattack on the other side, and Special actually he's F2 his way back here, which is a bit unfortunate. It's sectioning off a little bit of that Bio to kill the base, but Roaches, Ravagers, Lings, they're trying to find their way on into this sieged up position that Special has, but again, Special is able to rotate his way back on over because this is Curious Minds, and the rally distance is so freaking short that the Roaches, at least some of them, will go down, and Special did leave enough on the other side of the map, so he is able to go and kill off that base. Again, Dark is a 3-base Zerg against a 4-base Terran. Okay, but now Roaches are going to look to go, and this is a little cheeky, so he's just going to unburrow under all the tanks and kill them off pretty quickly. Because Friendly Fire is a cruel, cruel mistress. His Fungal doesn't really land it, forces a second one, but that's plenty of infested where that came from, so Special's army does get dealt with, but on the left side, again, Special finds a base. And it doesn't really matter how good how good of a fight that Dark continues to take, because he just keeps losing bases. Oh, Thor 969, I thought you said best of... Well, you said 15 maps in a best of 69. And I guess that's kind of the same thing, but when you just look at the sheer gamut of it, 15 to 54. I feel like the players are pretty close. As the series extend, the scores get closer. All right, Ghost actually, that's a Ghost to the front. That's unfortunate. Fungals do land. Ghost do not get the EMP, and now, especially on the left side here, he's got a decent amount of pressure, but he's not really controlling it right now, so the Queens are going to be annoying, just really forcing it away, but now Special's controlling that one. Looks like he lost a lot of bio on the north side. Good Fungals, but on the flip side, he also killed a lot of stuff, as far as I can tell, and now Special is going to be able to clear things away. Good transfuses on this hatch, but now Special again, he's going to get the base on the interior position here, and does Dark get it? Yes, Dark does get a cancel this time, not a kill. But Special is absolutely swarming in this game. I went into this match saying, well, you know, man, Special even taking a map is impressive. That's true. That's true, Thor 969. I guess that's not as bad. Oh, good Fungals there from long range. Roaches are going to try to get on top of things now, but Tank actually gets saved, picked up to get dropped back down again. And Dark is trying to take these fights. But here comes the reinforcement from Special, because of course this is a Curious Minds, and the rush distance is short as hell. But Lurkers are now out of the map, and that does increase the required complexity of the army. But luckily here now for Special, he already has some Ghosts. So Ravagers run forward, but two Lurkers, they die immediately. Dark, realizing that he has no money, he has no life. Special takes game 1 against Dark, and that means that PSISTORM now, Special wins game 2. They beat DPG. They knock off Top Dog. Well played there, Driggett. I'm proud of you. You're actively watching the games now and also playing through a time machine into the past. Well done. Of course, this is Dark's map pick. He says, yeah, give me Pride of Altaris. Yes, Ponder SD2, Hatch Gas Pool. Zoig opening is standard. No, you're playing them all. Oh yeah, DPG is absolutely the favorite going into this. PSISTORM is 3-3. Going into this week, DPG is 5-1. DPG is at the top of the table with, I think, 18 points going into this week. But I added up. Yeah, DPG 5-1, plus 19 map score, 16 points. And I don't believe they've had to go to an ace match. That's what that means. No, they did lose. No, okay, yeah. They have had to go to one ace match thus far. It was in round 6 against Team NV, and they did lose that, but they did go to the ace match, so they did get 1 point off of that. That's why they're still top dogs. Yeah, Drecket is playing so quickly in this game. His fingers are moving so fast that he is out-racing Tachyons and sending his inputs back in time. Yeah, I think Eligulak is going to say that. Remember, though, Skillus is We have not seen Skillus' peak yet, so it's one of those things where from this, I have this written down, from this for my DreamHack cast. Yeah, so Skillus has moved up 7 spots in Protoss and like Protoss rankings since the start of the year. He's now number 5. He may have even gone up further, but when I took these notes down, he's number 5. He was number 12 at January 1st. So I don't think that Legilac has quite caught up to Skillus' ability yet. But okay, Dark again going for Roachy boys in this game. But this is not going to be Roach pressure. This is defensive Roaches. 1-1 Roach maybe. And considering that this is Pride of Altaris, I can't even imagine that, like a 1-run Roach timing. I mean, that's fair. I've seen, like, if you all want to see a good Classic game, !Mark YouTube in the chat. Because Classic Beyond is one of the greatest. Classic Beyond Game 2 is like probably the greatest individual game I've ever cast. So, if you want to take that out, it's on my YouTube, !Mark YouTube. You should subscribe while you're there. Why I upload one video in 4K every day of the day of the week. But Classic is good, but the problem is Classic is damn inconsistent. Like, not making GSL when he's looked so good is, I think it is the greatest individual game in terms of just gauging a game by itself that I have ever cast, certainly, and it's the best cast I've ever done. But certainly, you know, other games are probably better because of the storyline. Maru versus Cyril on Blackburn from King of Battles 2, Scarlet Bomber, Habitation Station, Innovation Tasia. I mean, they are games that they have the storyline behind them that make them better. But from a pure game perspective, we just say, in a void, this one map. Ignore everything else. I think it is probably certainly the best game I've ever had the pleasure of casting. But okay, Special looking just to get a little bit of pressure on the map here. And by the way, sorry folks, we gotta pause this 1 second because I made a promise. And a promise deserves its, well, I need to complete that promise. But you got to give me a second because I need to set it up. All right. So I made a promise to someone in chat, but now we got a BC opening. Where's my oh. No, I know what I promised, but I'm being cagey about it. Because we got to do the Archon. Oh no, I did the wrong way. The Fusion Core. There we go. There's the Fusion Core dance. And that's that. Okay. We're good. Welcome everyone. Clip it if you want to. I messed it up. Fusion Core dance. It was Grumpage, I promised. All right, the battlecruiser is on the way. I believe Dark did scout that. Fusion Core dance. Exactly, the Fusion Core dance. But I didn't quite have the angle right, so it didn't work quite as well. 1-1 is now on the way here for Dark. And the scary thing about this Fusion Core going BC is a bunch of roaches running across the map are the perfect solution. But you survive long enough, and this pressure from Special is actually doing a great job of keeping the roaches home. Then you are able to go and get the battlecruiser out, and the roaches don't run across. And then you're worried about corruptors and other things. I'm glad you appreciate it. But okay, now 2 battlecruisers in the main base, and this requires more than 7 queens to defend. So the queens are not going to do what they can. We're already up on 7 queens anyways, but actually, oh, the drop here as well. This gets really complicated. This effectively all in. This 2 BC all in coming in from Special is a scary thing indeed. The Spire no, the Spire did not. Yes, it did. Spire did die. And the Bio's doing what they can. Zoning off all the queens. How many queens remain? It looks like, I don't know. 3 more on the way at a time. And Special loses everything. Oh, he loses all the bio, which makes it a lot harder now for the BCs to do what they want to do. But a third battlecruiser is on the way. Yamato as well, but this is bio from Special. It's not mech. Permission granted, Grumpage. I really have no issues. My chat is A small enough and tends to be well behaved enough that I'm not really worried about people posting links. Okay, Yamato Can's gonna go down on a queen or two. That's always gonna be nice. Knocking down the defensive utility. All right, third battlecruiser arrives, and there is not a... Yeah, but by getting that Spire down, there's actually not a lot of anti-air here. The spores are annoying. The 1 BC is rather low, so it doesn't really do all that much. Special does have to be careful, but this still has the chance to snowball. Or fourth battlecruiser... Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice this is 4 BC. So with 4 battlecruisers here, we are only on 5 queens. There is only... Oh, there's another... Okay, there 1 battlecruiser does die. Now Corruptors are on the way. And these BCs, they had a chance to snowball, but it looks like Dark has held on just long enough. Battlecruiser returning home. But with how low these battlecruisers are, and as they do not have Yamato, as the Corruptors arrive, this is going to be a couple dead battlecruisers. That is really not what you want. 1 BC will be able to teleport home. I don't think the other 2 will. That's a second dead battlecruiser. Third one is dying.
It's time.
You know, I don't think I remember seeing Day 9 doing this. This was before my time, but this is this makes perfect sense as the BC dance. But no, I prefer the Dragon Ball Z fusion. I think it's just more of an Archon dance anyway. What do we got here coming in from Dark? So now Special running onto the other side of the map. And I think he's got a good read on things where, yes, Dark has a 30 army supply lead, but that 30 army supply is mostly in Corruptors. That is it's like 10, 12 Corruptors, 24 of the army supply lead right now. As Special now going to try to find his way up, and chokes work both ways. But with the Spores here, it's a little hard to find your way in the high ground. Takes not yet siege. So here comes the army of Dark looking to crush on through. And it looks like Dark. And that concave from Dark is disgusting. He's going to get on top of the tanks here as well. Corruptor's knocking everything from the sky. And yeah, the supply lead is not exactly as real as it might have been, because a lot of that is in Corruptors. Everything that Special has held dear in this push, it's dead. It's gone. It's in the ground. And losing the tanks to the Medivacs as well becomes intensely painful. If I was whiskey, someone would have drunk me already. Okay, so the last battlecruiser remaining from Special onto the other side of the map here. But I mean, Dark is in fantastic spot. The big push from Special, yeah, it was on 3 bases, but it did feel rather all in. It did not work. So now Dark is Hive on the way. He's, well, +2 armor soon enough, +2 melee a little bit further away, Bailey speed. And he is just in a fantastic spot. He's got the gold base as well. His scream spread could be a little bit better, of course, but it looks like he's just running across the map. At this point, we will see another Medivac fall, but now, okay, the Corruptors, they run back, and the BC on the bottom side will necessitate the return of the Corruptors here. So, well, Dark doesn't take too much damage. With the Queen and 2 Spores and the return eventually of these Corruptors, yeah, it's not going to get too much. Teleports on out. Chicken Man, what have you done to my nice Christian my nice Christian IRC server? I can't believe that Twitch still effectively works in IRC. I think it does at least. It's like IRC is a decent protocol, but it's just so old at this point. Okay, now Dark trying to wedge his way on in here. The planetary is not yet done for Special, so this is a great timing for Dark to try to make something happen. Bailey's making fantastic. They're just getting everything. The bio is just not splitting. But there's a second line of tanks and some bio, so Dark does have to back on up here. And of course, we always got to be worried, but Special will not be able to chase that one down. And the Corruptors, they do not get the Battlecruiser. The good, annoying, ha, I'm going to poke you. I'm going to kill one of your expensive units. I'm going to run away, and you're not going to kill me. I specialize in head workers for a while, but that is in part because Dark is playing this Roach Ravager style, which is not as supply efficient. So you do have to make a little bit more room for yourself. Biles are going to go down on top of... they're going to get a tank. Nope, they're not going to get a tank. Only 2 Biles, not 3. Yeah, so burning, that's a bug here with the Chinese overlay. At 163 and 173 supply, it shows a bunch of random characters instead. But okay. Now Dark finds his way on into the National, so that gives him an opportunity maybe to run into the third base here. Biles dropping, forcing again, special to micro backwards. And oh, those are big Biles on the backside. I like big Biles, and I cannot lie. I also like big Zergling run bys because that takes me to ace matches, and that looks like what's happening here. The Spores now running forward, looking to contain Dark on the map. I'm not really sure Spores do all that much, but Broodlords are on the way, and what better way to win a game that you're ahead? To break a Turtling Terran with 3 units up the face. But okay, now we're going to see... Special's not prepared for this. He has actually no Vikings whatsoever, really no true anti-air. He's got Marines, but Marines can never get close. I guess there's a Battlecruiser that can Yamato down 1 unit, but really this is just a big problem. We will see, of course, one Battlecruiser died because... Or one Broodlord died because, hey, Yamato, but that's just about it. Dark wins game 2. That means we get to go to an ace match. All right, folks. Now we are into the ace match here. It is MaxPax. It is Hero. We saw this happen once. It was game 2 of MaxPax Hero. Hero sniped MaxPax's Phoenix down. He went triple Stargate instead of the fleet, instead of Andean Pulse Crystals. He caught him in the slow zone. He caught him when he was too close, where Andean Pulse Crystals did not matter. And he sniped him down in just a second. My pleasure, Wokahole. I do this in part because I want you all to enjoy things. So if ever there's something I'm not, and I understand the production of this compared to like what I do for EPT Cups is not there, but most of my integrations don't work. And this is also from the past, so kickers would be spoilers. So we do what we can do. But if there's anything you ever want, anything you ever desire, anything you ever need about what I'm doing, you want me to change something, let me know. Although, I only listen to suggestions from followers. Which, of course, you are one, so you're fine there, Wokadol. Wadcahole. Ooh, baked apples. SOS never won a Code S? Yeah, no. Talking about production things, not things that are negligent to my health. Can I sort out famine for you? Just eat food. Lol. I could have sworn SOS had a Code S. Well, not you too, Jimbabicus. Here's the promise. If I hit partner, we will have 1 hot tub stream. That's been the promise for years now. I see. Well, subscribers are normally followers as well, so you're just a extra special follower, which means it works even better. As we see, of course, the Stargate's going out here once again. And opting into Phoenix versus Phoenix against MaxPax twice feels kind of scary. I do not have a top hat, Tricket. But here's a StarCraft hat. Okay. My Red Bull Battlegrounds hat. Who's in the hot tub? Me. Grumbage. I don't even know how I'd do it. I guess I'd run my camera and run cables, set up my camera outside and get a kiddie pool or something. And because this hat does not fully sit on my head because of my headphones on, I guess it's kind of a top hat. Exactly, hat call down 47ness. Did you make that for Steadfast, by the way? I'm excited for the cleaning bot explosion. I know I could have sworn he won a. No. He lost to Bjorn in a long series in like the semifinals when it looked like he was gonna make it. All right. Well, you know what? We do have to cast this game, so I'm not gonna fall victim to shenanigans too hard. Now here he's gonna take the gold. I do enjoy the camping tank emote. It makes me very happy. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of the. I'm thinking of actually. I'm thinking of the GSL that Bjorn ended up winning, because I think Bjorn knocked him down to the round of 4 when SOS was looking finally good into GSL. But Oracle flies in, 2 workers do go down. Of course, Hero's very happy about any worker damage he gets because, well, he has a gold, and that does change things. And also, remember, this is asynchronous play. This is asymmetric play. We're not seeing Hero go for Mass Phoenix anymore, which is really cool. It's going to be Phoenix play versus Twilight, and this is not something we get all that often. And the question is, how long until MaxPax figures this out? Because normally, the moment the Protoss player that is going Phoenix kind of figures out that his opponent is doing something else, you do see them transition out of it and just kind of maintain the Phoenix as map control and vision, all those things. And that stage strap does not get much done, and now this Oracle should die if MaxPax is MaxPax. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the Thorn. I think the one I thought that SOS had won was the one that actually that Bjorn ended up winning. All right, so now here come the Phoenix, and they're going to deny mining on the gold base for just a little bit. Stock is not really where they need to be, but actually Phoenix don't seem to have enough energy, so only 3 workers do go down. It's a bit unfortunate, and there is going to be a recall as well because, well, he's I guess a bit scared of the pressure now that Hero can put on. I guess an Oracle found its way there as well. I remember seeing that, but okay, here comes another Oracle from MaxPax, and he's just evaporating the mineral line. You commit to the gold base like this, and you lose every mineral. You lose almost every probe in that mineral line. It suddenly becomes really not worth it whatsoever. So 43 workers do 26. Hero does have Blink finishing up rather soon, but this is a strong defensive position that MaxPax has for himself in the natural. Main base, though, that is a very different story. So that is where Hero is looking to go. And the question is whether MaxPax will be able to rotate and be able to keep himself alive. As now Stalker's into the main base here. We have 1 Stalker warping in. And it's just going to go down, though. And, well, the State Trap as well is going to be obnoxious. But, of course, the Phoenix, as the force multipliers, they're going to be able to kill a couple of the Stalkers. Actually, the probes in the State Trap serving as a little bit of almost really a force field. And the Stalkers now blink back. MaxPax holds pretty damn well. He finds himself a little bit behind an army supply, but certainly up in workers, so he can afford to lose a couple. Blinks all the way for him, but I don't know that we have a robo for Hero. So defensive DTs are going to be a big problem in this game, and the Dark Shrine is done pretty damn soon. So the Stalkers here, they're looking to rotate over into the main base, into the natural, forcing MaxPax to take fights. He does not want to fight, but again, we're going to have DTs defensively warped in here. And that is where things start to get scary, because again, I don't know how much energy the Oracle has. I don't think it has all that much. And there we go. DT's warping in now. I don't know where they are. I only saw 1 get warped in. Okay, into the main base. And the Stalker's got to be very careful because of shield battery overcharge. It's going to be hard for the Stalkers if Hero to punch through. And yes, Hero does have a significant army supply lead, but he's stuck between Immortal and DTs, and that is not the tastiest thing. But he's going to knock down He's going to knock down the Immortal, and it's only 1 DT defensively. So it takes a while for these Dark Templar to kill all the Stalkers that exist. And we don't have any Templar on the other side of the map, I don't think. So this is an odd base trade. Hey, Grummage, thanks so much for gifting a sub to Kybrit. As Hero, technically his army is inferior. Technically his army will eventually time out. But for right now, he's actually really not doing he's not doing all that poorly. But it's going to be half a partial recall here. The rest of them, they're trying to run on home. And the DTs and the probes actually doing a great job, because now finally MaxPax has warped in a couple more DTs in the main base. So now it's 2 there, killing Stalkers much quicker. And on the other side of the map, Phoenix, Oracle's not doing all that much. MaxPax still on 38 workers. I think we saw DT. No, that's a probe. Okay, DT in the main base, though, and it will be revelated. But how much longer, though? Stalker's going forward. It goes down. Hey, Scarlet. Hey, Sasha. By the way, because this was brought up earlier, do you prefer people calling you Scarlet or Sasha? Because I think I've heard it's... Okay, you don't care? Fair enough. Okay, but now Adept's in the main base here, trying to claw back some of this economic disadvantage he's built for himself. But remember, his detection right now, it's all in that single Oracle. Which, if the Phoenix find it, it is... Well, that's a bit of a problem. So now here, Stalker's on the high ground once again with double Immortal and some Archons, because, well, that's just more consistent damage. Here we're now coming to terms with the fact that PSISTORM has scored a tremendous upset in this series. DPG, you were looking at this, you're like, okay, it's probably not 6-0, but I can see 4-2, 5-1 pretty easily. DPG falls PSISTORM with the 4-3. And now what does that mean for our standings? Certainly, it means that Shopify Rebellion is top. So congratulations there, Sasha.